Hi everyone, Corey Jackson, Managing Partner at Sarah J Consulting, and I just wanted to share a few books. The theme here is going to be building trust with your teams, with those you work for, those who work above you, your community, your donors, whatever it is that you need to build trust with in order to have a healthy relationship. A lot of times that means being able to have healthy conflict, being able to resolve things in a way that isn't combative, isn't seen as confrontational or toxic. So the first book is The Advantage by Patrick Lencioni. And in this book, there's a lot about organizational health, but there's specific chapters on trust, vulnerability, leading to the ability to build a trusting relationship. Be vulnerable with your teams, and be vulnerable with each other. Be vulnerable up and down the chain. Acknowledge your strengths and your weaknesses to each other, and you will build a higher functioning team as a result. Folks need to know these things. They can't just assume. You want people to assume that you're bad at a certain thing. I don't think anybody wants that, but if we could just be honest about it, then the person who's really good at that can take that on. And what you're good at, what your strength is, will be what they come to you for. Just makes your life easier. I learned about that book from a consultant working with us at Citizens Inn and helping us with organizational health in our teams. This next book is called Unleashed by Frei and Ann Morris. I was able to attend a training, Harvard Business School training through Leads, which is the program I'm going to be in this fall on the North Shore. I was able to sit in on the Merrimack Valley cohorts training, and Frei was amazing. In this book, again, the topic of trust is right at the foundation of how to build and empower everyone around you. And she talks about trust as a system of kind of like a triangle that has 3 points: authenticity, empathy, and trust. Is that right? No, logic, not trust. Logic, empathy, authenticity. And everyone has a wobble on one of those points. You're not authentic enough, you don't know it enough, or you're not feeling it enough, or you're not able to put yourself in that world enough. And everyone has an anchor. You either anchor yourself in, I'm going to be my authentic self today, or I'm going to know it all, or I'm going to be really empathetic towards the situation and really put myself in that person's shoes. And then, we talked about in this training, that the cohort talked about how if someone is anchored in logic, but what you need from them is empathy, then that trusting relationship isn't going to build. So you really have to be in tune with how you're empowering that other, what that other person needs from you in that moment. And if you do have a wobble, being vulnerable about it, bring them back to this book, right? Vulnerability, know your wobbles, know your anchors, know what the other person needs from you, and drive that forward. So pick that book up too, Unleashed by Frei and Ann Morris. And then, I haven't actually read this yet, but this is The Double Bottom Line: How Compassionate Leaders Captivate Hearts and Deliver Results. I haven't read the whole thing, but I'm through a big chunk of it. And I actually skipped to one section because he talked about it at the North Shore Music Theater the other day. His 3 T's. So you build trust with tenderness. And you don't move on to tenacity and toughness until you have that trust. And I think too many leaders just go right to the tenacity. And it really creates awful situations and terrible places to work. So there's 3 books for you. The Double Bottom Line by Donato Tramuto. The Advantage by Patrick Lencioni. And Unleashed by Frei and Ann Morris. Pick them up. You'll enjoy them. Trust me.